Hi, I'm Javaune Simpson, and welcome back to SpeakUp. Now, for today's topic, we're talking about. Hi, I'm Javaune Simpson, and welcome back to SpeakUp. Now, just to reintroduce myself in a sense, for those of you who are new to SpeakUp, welcome, and for those of you who are, long time, there type of thing, yeah, welcome back. I know it has been a while since I actually did a video. However, I would have done several videos throughout the break. I would say break, and the videos just really and truly wouldn't have made their way here. That's just the bottom line of it. As to why, really and truly, I think quite a few of the times either the quality wasn't good enough in terms of probably audio quality, and then I believe that the most important reason was perhaps that it just wasn't really the time. That's just me. I really like to go based off timing at times and how it is that I feel. So that's why I can take so long to put videos out there. However, I would have been motivated. I would have been inspired throughout the time. And shout out to all of the persons who would have reached out to me and say, "Hey, what? Me not seen a video from you, Javaune. What go on?" That was a motivational thing for me as well. Yeah. So I would have made several changes throughout this time, and so. Now, in reintroducing myself back to you, I want to talk about the whole vaccination thing. You guys would have known, I guess, based on one of the last videos which I would have done, I would have spoken about my first vaccination, and speaking about the AstraZeneca, as a matter of fact, right? So, being exposed to the AstraZeneca, I would have gotten my first dose in when? I believe March. I would have done a video telling you about my experience, the side effects that I experienced. Those side effects would have been like 2 to 3 side effects. Like I believe I felt cramps. So slight cramps. Also, what else did I experience? Flu-like symptoms, like probably feeling a bit. Chills. I was feeling chills. Yeah, I was feeling chills. Then what else? I don't remember if I was feeling any. It's probably a slight headache. Probably a slight headache. But then time passed and it was time for me to get my second dose of vaccine, and I went ahead and I got my second dose of vaccine. But tell you the truth, yeah, that second dose was I wanted to really test somebody. I had like probably twice the amount of side effects. Like based on the first dose, I would have had like 2 times that amount. And in saying that, I mean, like, I would have had chills. I would have had, I would have felt nauseous. I would have had a rash. I would have had itching. And I separate the itching and the rash because in some of the areas in which I was having rashes, I wouldn't have been itching, in those areas. But all those areas, to my knowledge, was on my upper body, really and truly. What else? I was having headaches. Slight slight, but still more than the first dose. What else? Oh, a bit of confusion. I was feeling confused in my headspace, so I don't know that was a part of it as well. And also, what I would add to it is that the time frame for the side effects was quite. It was longer. It was honestly longer. Like I remember for the first dose of vaccine, the time in which I was feeling side effects was for like 2 days the most, or probably like the third day was really and truly almost non-existent in a sense. But for the second dose of vaccine, that thing went on for like, if not a week, almost a week, or who knows, probably even more than a week, until it started, dwindling down or going down a bit. So yeah, that was basically it for the vaccination process. But it wasn't bad to the extent where I would have been regretful of getting vaccinated. I would have said to several persons that you get vaccinated, and persons would be like, I can remember one friend in particular. Probably she watch this video, she would be like, this dude is talking about me, and yes, she referred to me as dude, so so you may talk. Anyways, she would be like, you took the vaccine? That type of thing. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it, and no big deal to me, to be honest, pray before I take it, pray after I take it, that type of thing there. And to be honest, when you're going through something like a pandemic, to be honest, there are certain things that you have to make a decision on. seek spiritual guidance, of course, but there are certain things that you will have to make a decision on, and the majority of persons might not agree with it. However, you have to weigh the options for yourself, because if it is that you have, I don't know, if it is that you believe that perhaps this thing might affect you even more than it might affect somebody else out there, then you have to make that conscious decision for yourself to say, here, what is it that you think that it's necessary for you to take it at this appointed time, or you don't think that it's necessary for you to take it at this appointed time. To be honest, there were times when I thought to myself, yo, Javaune, should I even take the second dose of vaccine? Should I just allow it to just, slide, don't take it? And I was like, I didn't feel bad in terms of physically, so I was like, why not? As a matter of fact, I was not feeling too well leading up to that, but then I was like, let me just take it. I took it, ended up feeling worse. So that's another thing. Perhaps some of the side effects were due to me actually not feeling too well before. And so what it would have done is probably just zoom in pandemic, for lack of a better word. It actually just made them feel even more extreme. But as I'm saying, as I would have said in my first video about the vaccination, it has to be your decision. It has to be an informed decision. So don't just take it just like that. Do your research. Do a bit of research what it is that you're taking, what are usually the side effects. Is it that you think that you can get through those side effects? Is it that you think that these might possibly make you feel worse? You understand what I say? If it is that you want to be in a position like that, and another thing is that you have to take into consideration that here, you're going to need some recovery time. So what I had to do is I had to stay away from work physically for some time. Probably not the whole week, but I had to stay away from work for some time, because I was actually not feeling well, and it made no sense for me to go work. Probably possibly go push myself to the limit and then go feel even worse at the end of the day. And it would have already been explained to my, person that would have hired me, and also my team in which I'm working with, that, I'm going to do this particular thing. Therefore, I also said to them, say, here, what? One of them, I would have said to at least one person that, here, what? I might experience some side effects. And the person was like, no man, think positively. But in my mind, it was a matter of not thinking positively. It's a matter of me being real with myself and saying, here, what? I felt side effects for the first dose, and therefore I'm expecting that I'm going to feel side effects for the second dose. You understand what I say? And I did. And I felt more, as I mentioned before. So anyways, in moving forward, what I'm saying basically is that, here, what? The decision is in your hands, really and truly. Pray about it, think about it, talk about it, research about it, and then you can actually decide on what it is that you want to do. And if it is that you decide on not doing it, then that's your decision. Nobody can hold it against you or try to criticize you or judge you. And if it is that you decide to do it, then you decide to do it, and nobody, people might criticize you, I might judge you, but like, really no matter what persons want to say, you have to think about it consciously and decide on it consciously, right? And spiritually, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the vaccination. So I guess I don't have any need to talk about vaccinations in the future, and that's perhaps one of the reasons why I say, here, I'm going to talk about vaccinations right now. Given that I want to keep you guys in the loop, I would have told you about the first one. I want to tell you about the second one as well. So now I'm fully vaccinated, and I feel good about it. And I respect the decision of those who don't want to do it, because they know why they don't want to do it. And I believe that if it is that you have a fear about something, then, perhaps it's the right decision to not engage in it. Because just the mere fact that you're fearful of it already might very well put you in a bad position if it is that you should take it. If you understand what I mean. Because the mind is very powerful. Believe it or not, the mind is very powerful. So the regular side effects, for you, it might seem even worse, if you understand what I mean. So if it is that you're not in a place of acceptance or willingness to do this particular thing, don't force yourself to do it, right? And as persons would have said, that nobody should be forced to do it, because it's actually your right as a human to, whether or not you want to take it, yes or no. However, let's be honest. I believe that persons are being forced forced. You know, probably not straightforwardly, but I believe that some persons are being forced. You know, and I believe that there comes a time when perhaps persons will be perhaps forced even more to take it, in a sense, when it comes on to perhaps being hired, when it comes on to perhaps going to another country, when it comes on to perhaps you know, keeping a job or whatever it is, or being allowed to get certain, what should I say, I don't know, certain benefits, you know, benefits in terms of I don't know, getting more hours at work. I don't know what it might be, but I'm just saying, you know. So, but nevertheless, you should take the time to think about it and think about it, whether or not it's going to help you or it's going to be, you know, working against you, you know, in a sense.